All right, the season's over, and the Colts went 3-14. Great job, Colts. Just a little update. Here's what ended up happening. Doesn't matter, right? Because whoever gets this quarterback is going to be the superstar for the foreseeable future. But did our boy go up at all in rankings after, really being the best prospect? And no, he did not. So even though the whole entire season, people have scouted him, teams have looked at him, teams have thought about him, he is still sitting as a projected undrafted player. Even though he has gone up 31 spots in the season, I mean, he is still probably near the very bottom of this list here. And it's actually not going to show me all the players because it's only the top 50. But yeah, no, that's so interestingly disappointing, because I thought EA Sports claims that, players could go up and down based on stuff. But I mean, he has all the ratings possible, but let's go ahead and get right into the draft. Guys, today I thought this would be an interesting video. You see Jack Beal right here? Well, I went in and edited this guy. He's now a 77 overall Superstar X Factor quarterback. Right now, he's currently undrafted. But the question is, what will happen when we get to the draft? Will he go straight up the draft board to, the first overall pick? Will he still be undrafted? Will he be a 7th round superstar gem, kind of like Tom Brady in the 5th round? Well, that's what we're going to check out today and see how this goes. Because currently, Jack Beal could be an absolute superstar. Alright, so after 1 week, let's see where this guy ends up being. This is 1 week of the season, obviously, but players can go up and down the draft board accordingly, and he is still undrafted currently, so doesn't look like he changed much. I mean, I think he was at 17 before, so I don't think he really went up the draft board, but let's go ahead and sim the mid-season and see if anything changes. Alright, so went ahead and simulated to mid-season, and it looks like, where's our boy at? My guess is he's going to be undrafted, so I'm not going to look at a mock draft. What's the point of looking at a mock draft? This guy was supposed to go undrafted. But currently it looks like, is he still at 17? He is still at 17. That is so amazing, actually. Okay, so still not really moving up the draft boards, even though EA claimed this year that your players can move up and down the draft board. Well, this guy clearly is probably the best prospect of all time, in all honesty, based on the stats he has. He has everything a team would want, and yet he currently is not being touched on this draft board. And it says he's up 31 spots. I'm gonna guess he's up 31 spots from, like overall, but not for quarterbacks. He's still sitting at the same spot on quarterbacks. And if anyone scouts him, I mean, they're gonna see BBA. Like, this guy is the, next guy. He is the next Tom Brady. But let's see what ends up happening. Let's sim to the end of the season. Alright, the day of the draft here. So let's see what ends up happening. Alright, so we are the 2nd pick overall. I'm going to go ahead and sim. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and sim the 1st round. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at our options we have at quarterback. And he's still number 17. Jack Beal, we're not going to draft him here. We're going to see who drafts him in the end here. But still one of the best prospects we probably have ever seen. I didn't say ever seen. I might be overhyping him. But he has some pretty good stats, okay? I'll say that he has some pretty dang good stats. And he definitely should be a 1st round pick, if not a top 5 pick, okay? And let's see what quarterbacks went off the board and who is still available. So, I don't know why I keep messing this up. Let's just go to the selection here. And let's look at quarterbacks. So, he is still on the... Oh, he is not. Oh, no, he is on the board, but he is now number 16. So, there were some quarterbacks that dropped off the board there in the 1st round. Alright, 2nd round. Is this guy going to be picked? I mean, I would say at least a 7th round flyer if I'm a team at this point, right? I mean, if you're trying to go for a quarterback, you got to go for a 7th round flyer in this guy. He is currently 15. So the quarterback's going off the board, and this man is trying his best to get picked by an NFL team. But don't get me wrong, it's not easy, but Patriots, are you going to be the team that does it? Are you going to be the team that takes this man and does the whole Tom Brady-esque thing again? I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I don't think it's going to happen to the Patriots, at least. But he is currently... Yep, he's still 15. No quarterbacks were selected there. So what this means is he's probably going to get picked up in free agency. So he's going to get one of those, you know, deals where he gets to kind of join a team after the draft. Where he kind of gets a tryout, right? And whoever tries him out is going to be very happy and exciting by his stats. He's 14 currently, okay, so still not going to get drafted, it looks like. Alright, next round. Let's see what ends up happening here. Come on, 5th round. I feel like quarterbacks are about to start going off the board very quickly. Especially once we get, you know, closer and closer to the end of the draft. Yeah, so now we have some... Where is he on this board here? He is number 12. So there's a lot of quarterbacks left, though. 11 quarterbacks above him that still have not been selected. I mean, it's very possible that, you know, a team likes certain players and they go kind of like, okay, well, and it's not like, oh, those 11 guys have to be selected first. They could go, like, pick either guy, but our boy is still not selected here. And now we're in the 7th round. And there's Jack Beal still trying to get selected in this draft. And I'll be honest, I don't think he's going to get selected. He's going to hit free agency and potentially have to fight for a job, a starting job with a team here with another quarterback. And whoever he joins the roster of, I feel so bad for because you're fighting a guy who's really freaking good. Alright, so I don't want Colts. Let me go to NFL here, and I'm going to go to quarterbacks. And let's see who the best prospects were overall-wise. The Bills took him! Holy crap! Okay, so he was a 77 overall rookie. It says hidden potential because he's a superstar X Factor. But the Bills took him to back up Josh Allen. They took him in the 7th round. So the next Tom Brady-esque is going to be in Buffalo, not New England. Same division though. And it's going to be the Buffalo Bills here. But the problem is, they have Josh Allen. So, what's going to happen here? But he has 90 speed. As a rookie, he has 90 speed. He also does have, short route running doesn't matter. 85, 80, 80, 80s. He has a lot of 80 stats. I mean, maybe they take him just to be a guy that could trade bait type player. But they do have Josh Allen. That's like the worst spot for him to go there in the 7th round to a team that really doesn't need him. Alright, so let's take a look at where this man is at this point. We ended off the season, and Buffalo, do you still have him? They do. Okay, and he's their backup quarterback behind Josh Allen. It says franchise quarterback / day 1 starter, 7th round pick. And it looks like he didn't get much of any reps. So he had 9 yards on the season. And man, this is like the worst scenario possible for him. Go to a team that really does not need you. And you're just going to sit there chilling. Kind of like Jimmy G did behind Tom Brady for most of his career. So hopefully that changes around, guys. We're going to get to season number 2. And we're going to see if our boy Beal can do anything to get away from this team. But we'll see what ends up happening. Alright, so another season down. And let's see where our boy is sitting at. Come on. Buffalo, please free my boy Beal. Do not make him sit there behind Josh Allen. And he's still sitting there behind Josh Allen. So unless somehow, some way, Josh Allen goes down, we are sitting here with a superstar X Factor quarterback trying his best here to make it in the NFL, but he's simply a backup. And Josh Allen, he's probably not going to get a chance until like year 4, year 5. Once he can hit free agency, he's about to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Boys, they freed my boy Beal. He's no longer on the Buffalo Bills, so I'm going to guess that they traded him. I would have to guess they traded him because there's no way they cut him. because he was on a 3-year contract. So let me look at league transactions, and let's see what ends up happening to Beal. So with how good he was, getting rid of him is not a dumb idea. No, unless they traded him before the season started. They might have traded him before the season started or something, but they couldn't have cut him because he was on a 3-year contract. And he obviously was one of the best players. So my guess is they probably just went ahead and, I don't know the schedule, they probably went ahead and just traded him somewhere in the offseason. Because there's no reason to keep him. Obviously, yes, you can have a backup quarterback, but there's no point to keep a guy that good. I mean, you're literally just wasting at that point the talent at that point. All right, so let's see. Beal is now a New York Jet, and he had a phenomenal season. 475 passing attempts, 21 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Okay, I mean, listen, Beal. Still a superstar X Factor. Now he's 25 years old at this point. And I wonder what they got back for him. I mean, honestly, a 25-year-old guy, right? He was a 7th round pick. But he's a superstar X Factor. He's an 80-plus overall. At least, at the very least, this guy right here is worth like 2 first, maybe 3 first-round picks. With how good in his potential, he's going to be very expensive. All right, so how good did the Jets do? Because the Colts sucked, but the Jets, did he make the playoffs? He went 9-8 and missed the playoffs. All right, Jets, you now need to build around our boy. So let's see what happens next season. Well, the Colts went 7-10, but the question is, how good did the Jets do with our 7th round draft pick we're watching? And they went 11-6. Okay, our boy finally made the playoffs. How good stat-wise? I'm like so excited because again, he's a 7th round pick. No one expects this guy to be anything. I mean, everyone passed on him. 36 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 4,100 yards. What's his overall? 91 overall. Talk about an absolute gem. Honestly, low-key speaking-wise, if Buffalo doesn't win a Super Bowl, they're going to be kicking themselves thinking that they could have had a Super Bowl quarterback or a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and they traded him away, but it looks like he lost in the playoffs. So let's go ahead and see real fast what happened in this playoffs. So wild card round, he won his first playoff game, okay, got to the divisional, and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. He got to the conference championship and lost. In his first playoff run, he got to the championship and lost in the championship. That's pretty dang good, man. That's pretty dang good. Well, in better news, the Colts went 8-9. But what did the New York Jets do? New York Jets went 12-5 and are now on another playoff run for our boy Beal here. So let's see what ended up happening. Let's go to... Actually, why am I going to schedule? I meant to go to stats here. Let's take a look at stats and see where my boy finished. Honestly, I got to start checking MVP, bro. Because, okay, maybe not MVP year this year. Let's see, though. MVP year, he wasn't on the list. I was going to say, I don't think he's going to be MVP yet. Now, he is actually mobile, so let's see what the stats look like with rushing. So, he does have 314 rushing yards. Has not gotten a rushing touchdown yet, though. Let's see what ends up happening, though, with the Super Bowl. Is he going to go to his first Super Bowl is my question here, and I'm really hoping he does, to be honest, because this would be awesome. And, no, Buffalo went to the Super Bowl, so what happened, my boy? Okay, let's see. Playoffs. Yeah, let's go. Championship again? No, not championship again. He lost to Buffalo. Man, that's a hard pill to swallow. He lost to Buffalo of all teams in the playoffs, and now they're going to the Super Bowl instead of my boy because of that. Oh, that's a hard pill to swallow, man. And Josh Allen's now going to try to get himself a Super Bowl championship. He also went down to a superstar, so he digressed a little bit. And he is currently a 93 overall. So he went down a tad bit in, development trait. But kind of surprising, too, because he's actually playing really freaking amazing. But who's going to win? Buffalo or, let's see, Josh Allen gets his first ring. And I guess Buffalo might have made a good decision there going with Josh Allen and not, moving on to the rookie. But it is what it is. Let's see what happens in season... What is this now? Season 4? Season 5? Season 6. I think. Another season. A 13-4 record for the Jets. And the Bills, 9-8. They barely made the playoffs. Because our boy Beal is him. He's Himothy. He's Himothy Rex. Alright. 21 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Okay, our boy's doing it. He's getting the job done. So far in his career, first 2 years didn't start. Then since then, good, amazing, okay, and okay. Not bad. What's rushing yards? Okay, so he has like 90 rushing, 90 speed, but he's not the guy, when it comes to speed. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay because he's 13-4. He's in the playoffs. Let's see. Come on, man. Can Beal get a first Super Bowl win since Joe Namath did it for the Jets way back against the Colts in Super Bowl 3? And no, he's going to be knocked out of the playoffs yet again. Did he get a redemption where he knocked off? Wow, he made it again to the AFC Championship game. This is his second time in 3 years making the AFC Championship game and losing yet again. And he actually beat the Broncos wild card round. The Broncos beat the Bills, and he beat the Browns. So he beat the Browns, then he beats the Broncos, and then he loses to the Jaguars. So close to a Super Bowl, man. Come on, Beal. We need you in that Super Bowl, my guy. All right. Next season's over. And our boy made the playoffs at 10-7. He barely made the playoffs while Josh Allen went 11-6. So Josh Allen a tad bit better, but overall wise, let's go ahead and look at the stats. So our boy is currently sitting at 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Yeah, he's probably not going to get the MVP anytime soon. He also went from a superstar, X Factor, to a superstar, now down to a star, 92 overall. So he also went down in overall. We're kind of getting to the point where, he's getting older and things are kind of not working the way they used to. I think that's how that works in the NFL. I'm pretty sure. Let's just see Super Bowl. Come on. I just want him to make the Super Bowl one time, man. It's one Super Bowl. Did he get a championship? He didn't get to the championship. Okay. Did he lose in wild card? No, it looks like he beat the Texans in the wild card and lost in the divisional. So, yet again, he is not going to be in the Super Bowl. This 7th round pick, looking amazing, but not a Super Bowl quarterback yet. All right, another season down. New York Jets are not a playoff team, 8-9. All right, so Beal missed the playoffs, and man, do not tell me this is the downfall of Beal. I'll be so upset. Beal is 24 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Has like the same stats every year, it feels like. He went down to a 91 overall. He's a star. 91 overall. He's a star quarterback. Man. Are we just saying he's Mark Sanchez? Did the Jets just get themselves Mark Sanchez yet again, man? I feel like the Jets just got themselves another Mark Sanchez, where he goes back-to-back championships, doesn't win it all, can't win it all, and then eventually he goes to another team and no one ever heard of him again. I feel like he's Sanchez. Although Sanchez, I believe, was a first-round pick. So, at least in that aspect, he's not a first-round pick. But, man, I feel so bad. Why did the Colts go 1-16? What is happening to this franchise? Next season is over. And the Jets did not make the playoffs again. I'm sorry, but I honestly just realized that he is Mark Sanchez. He is Mark Sanchez 1000%. He starts off crazy amazing. Everyone's excited about him. And since that first start of the season, he kind of fell off the face of the earth. And now it's like, oh yeah, this guy, he went from a 7th round pick and no one thought he would be great to this. He's Mark Sanchez. Let's see what he does next year. All right, another year. Did the Jets make the playoffs? They did. They went 9-8 again. He went 9-8 like 4 years in a row. And he made the playoffs, guys. He made the playoffs, and I guess that's the positive in all this. He got benched. You gotta be kidding me, Beal. You got benched? And all this? You put me through all this just to get benched? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna sim and see if he plays again. If he plays again, we'll come back when he plays again. Hang on, guys. I didn't want to come back until he played again, but the Jets now got Patrick Mahomes. I wasn't going to come back here, but the Patrick Mahomes went to the Jets, and I had to show you guys that because they got rid of Herbert, had a chance to put in, you know, Beal again. And by the way, the Jets with Patrick Mahomes went 7-10. Just shout out to that. But they had a chance to put Beal in again, and no, man. There's not even a chance that he gets, you know, put in again because they just got another quarterback. They're like, oh yeah, Beal, we could put you. No, we're not going to put you in, Beal. Even though you literally are Mark Sanchez reincarnated. You know, 86 overall, man. He is slowly dropping. He's 33 years old, guys. All right, so the Jets freed my boy Beal. Where did my boy Beal go? That's my next question now. They freed him from the generational curse of having to be on the Jets. And now... I'm done. I'm done. Do not tell me Josh Allen's still the quarterback. No, he's their starting quarterback. And he actually went 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And he's an 80 overall star. So he's literally same overall as he was back when he started on their team all those years ago. And what did Buffalo do this year? Because the Jets went like 6-11 or something. The Jets sucked. But the Bills actually did not make the play. Dude, this guy is Mark Sanchez. He is actually Mark Sanchez. All he can do is go 8-9. That's all he can do. He can't do anything better than that, man. All right, so the Bills went 11-6 and won their conference. My idea is that Bill is probably a backup at this point. I don't think he's the starter for the Bills. Is he a starter? Hang on. Nope. He's not even on the Bills anymore. It's not even on the Bills anymore. All right, where is he now? Beal, did you retire? I'd retire if I was him. Nope, he's on the Eagles. And he didn't play any games this season. He is now a backup for the Eagles. He is now... What overall is this guy? He is a back... No, wait, he's he's a backup. Jalen Hurts is the starter. I have this like all out of place, that's why. I have it by name, so he's the backup. He's actually the third string quarterback, I think. He's 35 years old, man. It's time to retire, Beal. Yeah, you had a great NFL run. We thought you had something good in you. You didn't. I think it's time to retire, bro. Yeah. He's now in free agency, guys, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think he's going to get picked up. He's 37 years old. You know, the guy does not want to quit football, and I get it. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you want to keep progressing and looking good and trying to do something. I'm going to pick him up just for the context of looking at his stats for his career. But at 37 years old, Beal, I think it's time that you just call it quits, you know, hang up the cape and potentially go and try something else in your life. You know, you're 37, man. You got whole life ahead of you. And so just had to look at his career again. 2 years with Buffalo before he got traded to the Jets. Went to 2 out of 3 years AFC Championship games. A couple of good years with the Jets. finally got one more chance with Buffalo before becoming a backup for Philadelphia, and I'm going to keep simming to see if he still stays in the NFL, but my guess is he'll probably retire sometime soon. So, let me tell you this real fast, okay? Let's just go up here real fast and take a look at this. So, Braxton Mills retires, okay? That's a nobody. That's a, a no-name made-up player. But Joe Burrow retires, and Patrick Mahomes retires, right? And you're like, okay, well, where's our boy Beal? Because Bill's 38 years old now, right? He has to be retired. Right? Guys, he's not retired. He's 38 years old, and he has survived longer than Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes has in the NFL. When he came in the NFL, I mean, I guess technically he did come in the NFL like 5 years later. Okay, maybe that's not that crazy. Never mind. He is actually not that crazy. He's still in the NFL. But, what am I doing here? Okay, I have to go to franchise settings. I want to go ahead and take a look at free agency, because I want to see if anyone actually bids on this guy. So let me turn that to manual, because I have that set to automatic. Because I wanted to see the Colts be a successful franchise by themselves. Apparently, they can't do that somehow, some way. But is Beal on free agency is my question. And if he is, how much is he asking at this point? He's 38 years old. He's a former 7th round pick. Oh, I still can't actually. Okay, because I set it to auto. They're not going to let me be able to actually, like, do this. Okay, that kind of sucks, but let's just go to scout. I mean, let's actually. No, I know what to do. I know what to do. There's a workaround. I'm just hoping it didn't go too far here. There is a workaround to do this. Alright. We're in free agency recap, so I can just look at this then. Okay. So, recap quarterbacks. Nope. He went another year where he was not selected by a team. So, unless he gets picked up, he's going to be entering this year at 38 years old with 15 years in the NFL. A 74 overall. Another season's over, and Jack Beal is still a free agent. He is now 38 years old, and we're just going to keep seeing how long before he retires, because at this point, this guy's playing forever. And after 15 years, Jack Beal has officially retired, and man, it was a career, okay? It was an absolute career. I don't think he's going to be in legacy, because I don't think he deserves any legacy. I mean, his legacy was he was not really that good of a quarterback, and, you know, he tried his best, but he never really panned out, and if anything, he was just like, Mark Sanchez, okay? That was pretty much all he ended up being, was Mark Sanchez. He actually is here. Alright, so Jack Beal, it says he's on the Colts, but he's not. He is actually, in fact, retired. It said, I guess it's because I picked him up last, so they just have the Colts logo here, but yeah, no, he is retired. And again, man, that was a crazy career. That was a crazy career. Ups and downs, peaks and valleys. You know, a nice little solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year career, pretty much. Well, he was a starter. He got another chance as a starter, but a nice 7-year career. What was his rushing yards did he get? Okay, so he got some decent rushing yards. It's just he could never, you know, finish the job. That was really the problem at the end of the day. He was a 7th round pick, and, you know, he had the potential to be a top 5 pick. But he went to some places that didn't work out for him too well, and it just became a mess very, very quickly. So, guys, if you did enjoy this video, and you enjoy the life and career of my man Beal, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.